Thanks a lot. See you in.
Umar Ahmed, IFL TV, you're in Manchester. What a night. Magnificent 7. It was certainly magnificent tonight, Frank. Let's start with Nathanini. I mean, no one really gave him a chance, did they?
Well, no one didn't. But, again, all these odds are there and, upsets are there to be made and be done. And it's happened again. It was a massive upset on paper. But credit to him, he went in there and he boxed intelligently and well. He used all his physical attributes, his height and his reach. And he won the fight. I mean, I had him winning the fight. I was sitting next to Tony Bowers. He said, "Who do you think won it?" And I told him, and that's it. And there's nothing against Denzel. They're the two of the nicest guys in boxing. It's a shame you have to have a loser with a fight like that, because they're lovely blokes. And Queensbury are very proud of both of them, and promoting both of them. But Denzel can come again. There's no doubt about that.
Massive credit, as you said, to Nathan, and he performed much better than we all thought. But Denzel Bentley, was he really pulled tonight, in your opinion, by his standards?
Sometimes you can only look. You can say off nights or whatever. You can always say all these different things, but I think he only boxed as he allowed him to be quite honest, because he boxed intelligently and boxed well. I think the first couple of rounds you were sort of waiting for a big bomb to land and seeing if he could take it, but he kept out of range and he boxed. I mean, he plenty of head movement. Used his jab, his footwork. He done brilliantly. Oh, look, there he is. Warm lager. Come here, I want to say something to you. Come on, let's do something on here. Because you ain't got the balls to do it. Come and stand here and have the balls to do it. Plenty to say on the radio. So I'll tell you what's up. So I'm going to go completely off piste here with everything. So the fight we've been waiting for, and Tyson's been ducking, which you would not accept, which he wasn't, but everybody knows now that was not the case. It's the quickest of unification fights ever been made, because he only defended the title against Joshua last August. It only went off last August. So it's been done. It was done, and it's supposed to have happened in December, and he pulled out of an injury, and then he signed with Skills Challenge, so it never happened. Tyson never ducked anybody, and that's what the big problem is now with TalkSport, because of the mantra that he was basically coming from you, Adam. The second thing is talking about.
You know why I've said that, though, don't you? You know why I've said what I've said, because Tyson has said publicly that he didn't want to fight Alexander Usyk. He said that publicly.
Anyway, yeah, of course he did. That's why we've been negotiating for and trying to get all this time. Please, and more importantly, the other morning you done that interview. So that's champagne. The show that we're putting on in December is Prosecco, and up till
it's a step in the right direction, is what I said. Is it not? Is it not?
Let me finish what I was going to say, because I listen to you on the radio, and then all the rest of the fights have been warm lager. So the fights, the heavy.
No, that's. Wasn't referring to yours. I wasn't referring to yours. I was referring to promoters in general.
Well, I'm not in general. Who then? Well, let's go through it then. So you've got. This is what we put on heavyweights.
Has the heavyweight division been disappointing over the last 2 to 3 years?
No, it's not. I'll tell you why, and I'm going to go through it, because this is what you don't even understand or look at. So we made the number 1 WBO with a number 3, which was Parker. That was Joe Joyce Parker. Yeah, we made the name number Parker. They're the ones who are available. The other 2 guys had fights, so we done the next best thing. We then done Joe Joyce twice with Zhang, the number 1 and number 2. Were they warm lager? In the meantime, Joshua, within the last 14 months, had his second fight against Usyk. So what bollocks are you talking about? It's just crap. You're in general, there's no in general, you just go and pick something out which is totally inaccurate and untrue.
But I said that you're going in the right direction. That's the step in the right direction.
What's the step in the... So explain to me then.
Right.
So what's supposed to have happened then? What was supposed to have happened since last August? What were these guys all supposed to do? Not the number 1 and number 2 and number 3's not fight each other? Because that's what they did, isn't it, or not? We made the next best fights to be made. Then you've got the other fights there, which is the other fight that everybody's been trying to make, we've made. We've made that happen. And it's us who forced it. The reason it didn't happen is because Usyk signed with Skills Challenge, who never made an offer, never put a penny up, never had a venue to put it on or anything. And that's the fact of life. And as soon as that contract expired, we done the deal. So it's bollocks. And that's so frustrating and annoying. And you to go on the radio and just generalise warm lager. Do me a favour.
That's not what I've called this show, though. I've not called this show coming up that.
I know you didn't. No, you said what's been going on as warm lager. Okay. You referred to the heavyweight division. That's what you said. I listened to it. So I don't get where you're at. So if the number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3 have all fought each other, and Joshua goes and defends his title against, what's his name? Usyk has the rematch, and Tyson, by the way, has a fight. He's mandatory against Dillian White.
I followed it up with Chisora.
What you said, Dillian White should be getting much more money than that. He's the number 1. He's been there for ages. He deserved to get more money. Right. That's what you did.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
So why would he get more money if it's a warm
Why are we going back to last April?
Sorry?
Why are we going all the way back to last April? We're talking about...
because that's what you said. You said up to now it's all been warm lager. That's not my words, they're your words.
But I want the best guys to fight the best guys, right?
Well, didn't the best guys fight the best guys?
I want Tyson in.
Sorry, did not the best... So what you're saying, the number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3 all fought each other. Joshua had the rematch. Tyson fought his mandatory. That's not the best. So Tyson fights a Chisora. Right,
yeah. But he called out Joshua at that time.
Sorry?
He'd called out Joshua at that time.
Joshua didn't want it. Joshua didn't want... What, you're telling me he wanted it?
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is... We've all seen the Netflix...
Tyson, he didn't want it.
We've all seen the Netflix documentary where Tyson...
Said what?
He wouldn't give you more time to make the negotiation. He was asked...
Oh, stop talking bollocks.
It's on the TV.
No, it's on... What happened was we would negotiate... It's on TV. Yeah, and what you say on the radio is on the radio, but it's not the truth. What happened was the fight was being negotiated. He said he wanted it. Categorically said he wanted it. He gave him 60-40. And then... in the January, they pulled out of the fight. You know why they pulled out? Because he didn't have a trainer, and he didn't. And they said he didn't want it. Frank Smith, in an interview on I think it was on IFL. Did he not say that?
Yes, he did.
That's what he said. And then we offered it again to him, and they didn't want it. In writing. So don't keep digging Tyson Fury out, because it's a liberty what you do with him. It's a disgrace you keep having a go at him the way you do. I think it's disrespectful to him. It's like the fight he was going to have against your UFC guy, who you don't like the UFC guy, because the UFC, he don't fight for him anymore. That was going to be just a nothing thing.
I love Francis.
Weren't that for the fans a good fight?
It was entertaining, yeah.
It was a good fight.
It was entertaining.
Yeah. That's what we paid for. Anyway.
Can we shake hands?
Shake hands, but stop talking bollocks.
Right, I think, that's that wrapped up on that section. Let's just talk about Nick Boll. We can't not talk about
fights now.
Nick Boll, unbelievable tonight, fight with Isaac Dogboe.
It was composed. He fought a very smart fight. He's a very difficult guy to catch and hit. Very difficult guy. And when you look at him, you look at who he's fighting. Dogboe's, former world champion. He's a very well-schooled fighter. I mean, I'd say he'd done a job on him, but because he was always dangerous, Dogboe. But he absolutely boxed. I think he boxed so smartly, and I think Paul Stevenson deserves a lot of credit as well as his trainer and manager. Done a brilliant job with him.
Sol Dacre's Queensbury debut a bit underwhelming, if we're being honest, Frank.
I think I've got to be fair to him. I agree with what you're saying, but to be fair to him, it was short notice taken the fight, because obviously the Kakachi and Garner fight fell by the wayside, so we brought him in, and that happens. I mean, seven fights, main fights on the show. One of them weren't so good. That's not the end of the world, is it?
Anything you want to add about this card tonight?
I just thought it was a brilliant card. I think it was a great fight card. I thought every fight was intriguing. They were all good matchups. I thought, from the first one, where our Scottish hero, his fight was a great fight.
Him and Masood next, maybe in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's maybe a fight to be made. That's a good fight. I mean, everything on there was good. I thought Liam boxed brilliantly. That was a good quality fight. It was a good quality fight. It was a good, he's doing it the traditional way as well. British, now he's got the European. He's done it properly. He's doing it properly. I thought it was a really, really entertaining card, and I really enjoyed it.
Just to close off, you've got the Riyadh season banner behind you there. you are now promoting shows that involve Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and of course Tyson Fury, Usyk in Feb 17th. Could it be any better for you guys at the moment? Apparently the heavyweights aren't fighting each other, though.
Well, I mean, look, there are reasons things happen and reasons they don't. What annoys me is an opinion's given, and everyone's entitled to opinion, but they're not informed opinions. And when it comes down to it, when you've got someone face to face and you're asking them, where was the backup from anything that was said? It just annoys me. And I like Adam. We've done a lot of podcasts together, but I'm afraid I can't let that go, and I'm working to let it go.
Frank, appreciate all your time.
And you.
We'll speak soon, all right? Thank you.